Welcome to the meeting. Nice to have you here. I'll kind of keep an eye on the waiting room. Try and keep things a little bit easier to log in. So you don't have to put a password in, but I got to let people in the waiting room. In any case, nice to have you along to this meeting. It'll be short and sharp, obviously. We are recording the meeting, so if you are live, please feel free to chime in and ask questions. But the recording will be available actually on the same URL. So once we get the video, we'll actually post it and forward Nikra.live to the session. So you can send it to people or watch it again if you would like. So again, nice to have you here. Obviously, I think we've muted everybody. So if you're not muted, make sure you're muted. Don't want any unfortunate incidents in backgrounds and so forth. We look to kind of go for about 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes with some questions today. And again, you're more than welcome to type a question in the chat as we go, or we'll kind of have some Q&A at the end. A very, very intense interest in this particular convention for a number of different reasons. People want to get out there. People have concerns. People want to know different aspects of what the association is doing. So yeah, we'll hopefully answer all of those questions. So for those who are on the broadcast who are perhaps not aware of Nikra, not a member of Nikra, Nikra was founded in 1933. We've been going, this is our 88th year, which is pretty awesome. And it basically is an organization that has a balance of supplier members. Currently, we have over 140 different supplier members to the industry. And we also have over 600 ice cream shops in and around the country, as well as overseas. So there's a lot of people here within the industry, new people to the industry, people looking to get into the industry, and a lot of people who have been in the industry a long time that have a great amount of knowledge that they can share with us. And again, our goal as an association is to strengthen the industry, help people become more successful in their ice cream shops. And we do that through a number of member benefits. I won't go through them right now, but they are all on the website. Again, if you're new to Nikra, please pop out and have a look at that website, nikra.org. $225 if you're a store owner. And I would like to think that that is great value. Again, coming to the convention, it's always a return on investment study, but many of our members find great value in their Nikra membership. So we're talking in this meeting today just a little bit about the annual convention and trade show. We have dubbed it CONECON. Again, controversial. Some people like that term, some people don't. So we're sticking with it until the board overturns it. So it is at the Rosen Plaza this year in Orlando, Florida. Our plan was to be there last year, but as many of you know, COVID made some adjustments to that plan, and we had a virtual meeting, which was successful, and it gave us the opportunity to get together. But in the grand scheme of things, people are really busting to get back out and to network and to kind of have a look at products and services at the show. The dates are the 7th, 8th, and 9th of November. That's a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's unusual for us. We're generally a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday meeting schedule, but because we had to move from last year's dates to this November, we kind of slotted right in here. We're going to go over the agenda briefly in this meeting, but I did want to just mention that every year we do a pre-convention safety workshop. The crew from Cornell University and safeicecream.org come down and they present. Well worth, I think it's $45 and an extra day down there to participate in that. So have a look at that. Again, details are on the website. This year we have 87 exhibitor booths, even with a wait list of people wanting to exhibit. So again, the feeling is that a lot of our suppliers, members, whether it's products, services, machines, mixed flavors, cups, spoons, really want to get out there and have you partake of their products. And then we have over 30 workshops, breakout sessions. Again, very excited. It's the largest ice cream show in the US, ice cream and frozen desserts specific. And we grow every single year. 2 years ago, our last live convention we had 72 booths. This year we have 87. We're looking next year to have over 100 booths. So the interest from suppliers and attendees is very, very strong. I wanted to just go over very quickly. All of this information is on the website under the agenda. So if you go to nikra.org and you click on or hover over convention, there'll be an attend button there. And you can simply open up this agenda. There are a lot of links in here. Again, the day before the convention, we do have the Dick Warren Memorial Golf Tournament. We only have 1 or 2 spots left. So if you're interested in playing golf in that tournament, trophies, prizes up for grabs in memory of the fabulous Dick Warren of Four Seas Ice Cream. Again, applications are on the website. And this is what we were talking about so far as our pre-convention safety seminar. Again, a lot of great information there that really, if you haven't put together your food safety plan, if you're halfway through it, even if you have questions, these are food safety professionals that concentrate on dairy, ice cream, and cheese. So it's well worth your time. Again, an extra day, and I think that's $45. Those funds go to Cornell and the instructors to have a look at those things that are offered on there. Exhibitors move in that night, and then Sunday is our opening day. The trade show opens each day at 9 o'clock. And for those who are in our mentor program, again, we are just in the process of assigning mentors and mentees. We'll be kind of sending all of those out next week, but we will be having a mentor meeting at 10 o'clock that morning. A couple of demonstrations in the trade show hall, and our first general session is at 1 p.m. The one thing I do want to have you concentrate on is really make sure you're there for that. At 1:30, we have a special Nikra announcement. It's probably the biggest thing that's happened to the association since its origins. Let me put it that way. Got to keep it under the hat. But there's a very special announcement and presentation that I think you would like to be there. Then we start our breakout sessions, workshops. Again, the trade show happens at the same time. So some people are buying single day tickets where they're just going to the trade show. Others, you can kind of go in and out of the trade show as you think or as you feel. First session, again, we won't go through them in detail, but creating culture, financial analysis, the process of making versus ice cream, and your operational review, looking at your operations and how you can increase them or do a little bit better. Second session for that day, again, fitting the culture, how to hire staff, a lot of HR topics in this year's convention. Cash flow defined, again, that process of planning for seasonality and streamlining the operations and using software and online platforms to really streamline your operation. Very good session there. We are all together for our dinner. And then we are, at this stage, doing the best new flavor judging. Now, the best new flavor contest is one of the ice cream contests that we currently run. We are still looking at the logistics of how we run that, whether everyone gets to taste and judge or whether we separate them out, whether we have a judging panel. They are some of the logistics that we are sorting out as it gets a little bit closer to the event. The ice cream competitions, as I mentioned, there's the ice cream clinic, the best new flavor, both for dairy products and the best new flavor non-dairy. These are now open for application. So what ends up happening here is that whether you open the ice cream clinic or the best new flavor, you can send product to Cornell University. And the ship date for this competition, both the best new flavor and the ice cream clinic, is the September the 22nd. And currently we are shipping out cartons. Once you register and pay the fee to join these competitions, you will have a package come from the office here, which has the cartons that you need to fill. It's all anonymous. Only the people from the office know the number of your product versus who put it in. From the clinic, we are asking this year for vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. We need 4 pint containers of each. Now, a pint container is one that we actually send to you. Comes in folded. You will need to assemble it, put your ice cream in it, and then ship it off. One of those containers goes for micro, fat, coliform testing. One goes to sensory evaluation, and then 2 are shipped back to the convention for tasting. And again, we're still in the logistics of how we do that. You will get 3 or 4 boxes here, 3 boxes for the best new flavor sent to you. We'll advise the competition entry people prior to the 22nd if there's some adjustments on how many pints you need to send. The beauty of the ice cream clinic is that this panel of experts, and these are the same panel of experts that do the judging for the cheeses and dairies for the New York State show. So very, very experienced. They are going to score your ice cream, give it an evaluation, and then as a result of those scores, we give out blue, red, and white ribbons. It's $89 to enter this year. And again, once you enter, you'll be sent that package with your containers. Again, can't stress enough, 22nd of September is the ship date. They need to be shipped overnight to Cornell. And this is an example where, back in the good old days, pre-COVID, we would have all of the products and their scorecards, again, anonymous, for you to taste. So you can kind of see if someone got a 89% or a 92% or 100%, you can kind of taste the mouthfeel, flavor profiles of those products that scored high and perhaps didn't score as high. Best new flavor is a little bit different. You can submit any flavor. Doesn't necessarily need to be a new flavor, but the trend is that rather than just sending a butter pecan, you're kind of jazzing that up a little bit, something that's perhaps unique to your business. This year we need 3 pint containers of those. Again, one will go for micro-fat coliform testing. The other 2 will be shipped back to the convention. And generally speaking, that's judged by the membership. So typically, we would have all of those best new flavors lined up. All of the members attend on that first evening after dinner, go through almost like a Congo line of sorts, tasting product, voting, and they're tabulated. Again, we're looking at some options here to kind of keep social distancing and some safety precautions in place, and we're working on that currently. We announced all of the award winners at the awards banquet. Last live show we had, Nikra's invested in trophies, so we give out trophies. It's just a really, really good event to be a part of. Plus, you're really getting a very good indication as to what quality your ice cream is as compared to those around the country. That's $59 this year to enter best new flavors. You can enter as many as you would like. And again, this is the graphic of our members lining up, tasting best new flavors. May not look like that this year, but again, our goal is to have as many members submit and taste and judge the flavors, because this particular competition is really judged by a jury of your peers. So there you go. Some other awards we have for the competitions. We have a perfect ice cream award. So if someone submits an ice cream for the clinic and it is 42 out of 42 or however many points that they have, you'll get an award to say that your ice cream is perfect. Relatively rare. We don't get them every year, but when we do, it's quite the celebration. We also have the Grand Master Ice Cream Maker, and that is if you win 3 blue ribbons within a 5-year period, you are awarded a Grand Master plaque, certificate, and that's really something. You can take that back to your business and really publicize the fact that the National Ice Cream Retailers Association has dubbed you a master ice cream maker. That's pretty cool. So back to the agenda. On the second day, the Monday, our exhibit's open, and that morning we typically have our keynote speaker. This year it is John Lowe. He's the CEO of Jenny Splendid. And again, a lot of food service experience before he came to Jenny's. And it was really John's experience, knowledge, know-how that really took Jenny to where she is today. Throw in there a couple of listeria scares and the operational process of managing that. That's going to be so, so good. So we're really excited about John spending some time with our members. It's generally a presentation with a lot of Q&A at the end. I think you'll really enjoy that. Day 2, again, we roll back into our seminars, what I learned from COVID, how to grow your line, increase your product offering, more revenue, and then community collaborations, working with others in the community, how to do that, best ways to do that would be great. We have lunch together, and then, again, sessions in the afternoon, marketing home runs. production operations, how to kind of look at and refine them, and organizational flow charts. A lot of requests this year to help people streamline and run their businesses better, which is we've responded with these topics. Later in the afternoon, again, social media overview. That's really, really good. Wholesaling. A lot of people are now moving into that wholesale market. Some very, very experienced business owners on what they do for wholesaling, and going through that process. The second evening, we actually have a supplier party in the trade show hall. That is when we also have our charity auction. So a lot of our, if not all of our supplier members are actually submitting items to auction, anywhere from mixed cups to equipment. Bring your checkbook. It's usually a great event, a lot of fun. This year, the supplier trade show party is Disney themed. So if you have any Disney gear that you'd like to wear, please feel free to do so. And then after that, we kind of round out that evening with the Nikra official, unofficial beanbag tournament. I don't know whether it's official or not. It started off with just a few vendors getting together. It's kind of blown up to be huge. So we have a draw, and again, we'll give you more information if you're interested in that. Last day of the show, again, this day the show floor is only open till 3 o'clock, but still opening at 9. We have a general session in the morning, and then we have, again, some other breakouts here. Packing and shipping ice cream, pricing for profit, legal, so far as the legal aspect of the HR process. And then we have some combined sessions. We love the live demos. Typically, we have someone that has an expertise in different areas that will do a live demonstration. This year, we're kind of looking at POS. So having someone go through a POS process, as well as ice cream, cake making, and decorating. This year, we're doing lunch on our own on the last day. There is a lot of food service places, really good, unique food service places right across the street from the Rosen Plaza. So you have a little bit of time to either walk out, grab some lunch, or even spend some time on the trade show floor. Totally up to you. And in the afternoon, we are back into some of the final sessions of the show. Staff training and motivation, inventory management, and 50 rapid fire ideas for growth. All great sessions. We usually finish off the event with a experts panel. So just a kind of final Q&A. If something wasn't answered for you at the show, that's a good way for you to kind of basically ask a whole panel. Again, manufacturers, mixed manufacturers, cup people, operators, all on that panel to ask any question that you would like. We have a mentor wrap-up session. And then in the evening, on the last evening, we have our cocktail party and our award ceremony. That used to be a pretty dry evening for a lot of years. In Charleston, we had a band in afterwards and really made it quite the celebration of the 3-day event, a really nice bow on the top of it. So plan to stay for that. Those parties have become legendary. That evening, we're also announcing the Bryce Thompson Scholarship. The scholarship applications have actually closed, but again, if you're new to the association, every year we give out, this year we're giving out $20,000 to employees of Nikra members. We do 8 $1,000 scholarships, 1 $1,500, 2 $2,000 scholarships, 1 $3,000 and 1 $3,500 scholarship. A really great program. Again, the applications just closed. The scholarship committee is now in the process of judging those, and we'll be awarding them on the night. But again, another great program that Nikra has to support their members. We have, at this point, given up close to 300. I think we just crossed the $300,000 mark last year. So again, great program. A lot of support there from the suppliers, as well as that supplier auction, which is pretty awesome. Nikra Bucks is another program that we have where we give away basically money to spend on the trade show floor. We have a 500, a 250, 2 250s, and I think we have 5 $100 prizes that we give out on the first and second day. And that's basically a coupon that you can walk straight out on that trade show floor and say, I'd like to buy $500 worth of cups, or $500 discount on a piece of equipment or mix, or whatever it is. So again, another great reason to come to the show. Pricing, again, we just finished our early bird special. So if you got in on that, you saved $100 on these convention prices. Currently, a full convention ticket for members is $695. And we've given, if you'd like to bring along a spouse, relative, manager, employee, there's a $100 discount for anyone else that you'd like to bring along. The single day trade show tickets, if you would like to come to the show on any given day without meals or without seminars, it's a $75 single day ticket. And you can buy as many of them as you want. Some of your suppliers have them and can access them as well. Again, we are probably 26 to 29% ahead of where we were in Charleston, ticket sales wise. And Charleston was our biggest event ever. In fact, I think we broke a record the last day of our early bird pricing, which was Monday. We sold over 100 registrations for convention. It was absolutely crazy. So again, registration is open now. You can go to either Conecon2021.com or you can just go to the Nikra.org website. If you're a member, you'll get your member discount by logging into your account. If you have trouble logging into your account, please contact the office by email or by phone. We will help you kind of go through that process, but you can reset your password and do all of those things online there. Something that we've done this year with Visit Orlando. So we've actually, Visit Orlando is the association that basically coordinates all of the attractions and trade show events with their attendees. And they've put together a really cool kit. So what they've done is allowed Nikra members to actually show their badge and qualify for discounts for restaurants and attractions. The link is on the trade show page, but I just want to jump out of here and show you what that website looks like. So this is the Visit Orlando page for the Nikra convention. And again, there is a whole list here of attractions, theme parks, deals, meals, that allows you with the kind of flash of that badge to qualify for those. So I would jump on there. Again, this link is on the registration page on the website. If you know you're attending, if you've already got your registration, then do some research here and see what you qualify for so far as discounts for rental cars. We already have discounted accommodation at the Rosen Plaza. So jump onto that. I will tell you that the Rosen Plaza currently, and I think I've mentioned this here, or I have it down on a slide, we're at about 105% capacity on rooms. So while the Rosen still has rooms, they are still allowing members just to go on there. They haven't blocked out rooms yet. When the hotel reaches capacity for that particular room night, then they will start filtering us over to the Rosen Hotel, which is about a mile away. So again, if you haven't made hotel reservations, really would stress that you do so because we are actually over and above our room block. But again, because the Rosen loves ice cream, loves the association, they are allowing us to extend until they run out of rooms. We have had some questions about refunds. Again, it's a changing situation there in Florida as well as around the country. So our refund policy is currently up to the 17th of September. We are giving 50% of our ticket price will be refunded. We typically don't do refunds or for special circumstances. This year, we understand that people are a little bit concerned, so we put this together to kind of give you a little bit more peace of mind. From September 17th to October the 1st, you'll get 25% of that ticket back. And from the 1st of October, we won't be doing refunds. Now, again, we've had people call up and say, hey, I contracted COVID, my spouse contracted COVID. And then, we'll go through that process. But generally speaking, that is our refund policy. And just wanted to share with you our health policy. A lot of people have been asking about, what Nikra are doing so far as keeping members safe, what obligation we have. We take it very seriously. It is a hot topic, no doubt you're very well aware. So we went to the board of directors, gave them a nice survey to fill out so far as what they felt was appropriate. That went to the convention committee for a submission, and the convention committee crafted a health policy that the board of directors approved. And it's on our website on the FAQ page. And it basically says, look, we are constantly working with both the Rosen Plaza and Visit Orlando, again, who is the liaison between state government, county government, all of the trade show people. And we're constantly in the process of getting information from them. At this point, for the safety of all attendees, NICRA is requiring that attendees wear masks on the trade show floor and in the seminar and general meeting areas. We are in the process right now of looking at how we execute those meals and allowing adequate social distancing where we can. And we monitor that nearly every day. So that may change, obviously. We are concerned about people's opportunity to feel that they're in a safe environment. But we also acknowledge the fact that there are some people who said, you know what, this year I'm going to sit it out. I don't feel totally comfortable, which is absolutely fine. But wanted to let you know what the health policy was that is currently in place. And again, we kind of watch that as the dates come ever closer. So you'll find that on our FAQ page. There is also a link there so far as the Rosen Plaza's commitment to safety, which is well worth reading if you have a concern in that regard. But they are doing their best to make sure that, again, their guests and our guests are as safe as they possibly could be. Again, I mentioned this is more than likely the largest NICRA event we've ever had, probably in the last 20 years or so. Charleston 2019 was our largest event, which was the last live event that we had. Really well attended, very, very excited. Current registrations are about 25, 26% over those 2019 numbers. So there is a lot of people that are very excited about this event. We are very excited about this event. Again, we want to make sure that it can be done in as safe as area as we can. And so that's a lot of the effort of the NICRA office and the board of directors and the convention committee are working to make sure that this is the best return on your investment, safe as it can be, and just a really good, enjoyable product. Now, again, I mentioned the Rosen Plaza. We are working on some overflow options. You may find, if you don't register, if you haven't made your reservation, that some of the rooms may be blocked out. Again, we're watching that on a daily basis as well. So once we start losing availability on some of those rooms, we will open up the other Rosen Hotel, which again, it's less than a mile away. It's on the other side of the convention center, and there is a covered walkway between both hotels. It's about 3/4 of a mile away. Might be a good walk after you've had a day eating ice cream. And again, we've secured the discounted rate. I think it's 4 or 5 days before the event and 3 or 4 days after the event. So again, it's really unprecedented, the fact that we're kind of selling out all of these rooms, which is great. Quick question, should things get worse rather than better, COVID speaking, what would be the latest decision would be made to cancel the show? Good question, Kathy. Look, at this stage, while Florida is open and while the Rosen is open, NICRA has a commitment to continue the show from a financial standpoint. Again, the reason why we kind of have a few different day changes in the weeks is because we negotiated pretty well a zero cancellation or postponement fee last year. Even though Florida was open last year, we made a decision to postpone the show. So at this stage, unless the state shuts down Orlando, we will more than likely be having that show. Now, that being said, we're looking at it on a daily basis. That kind of early to mid-October is really where we're looking at so far as trends and what's happening there. But again, as I mentioned, Rosen is open because Florida is open. We have a commitment to the Rosen to have the event. And so currently we're working with, again, Visit Orlando and the Rosen to make sure that we can have a healthy event, safe event, keep everybody happy. We can't keep everybody happy, but we'll strive to keep everybody happy. And we'll keep you updated. If you are a NICRA member, you obviously will hear from the office if there are any changes to the event. And again, as it gets closer and if the situation worsens, Obviously, we have a little bit more bargaining power with the Rosen, so we'll kind of take that as we go. But know that, again, it's a daily communication with the Rosen and with Visit Orlando about feelings, cases on the ground, that kind of thing. So that's as good a question as we can answer, unfortunately. Steve, you had a question. I think that's all I had anyway. Questions, perfect. Steve, do you want to unmute yourself and you can ask that question?
Yeah, is there anything about getting vaccinated when we go there?
There is not. Great question. So the board of directors were given a survey, and on that survey, without going into a huge amount of detail, was, do you feel that people needed to be vaccinated? Do people need to show a proof of vaccination card or a negative COVID test, masks or no masks? And, we really rely on the board of directors to represent the thoughts, feelings. There's 20 on the board of directors, including 4 supplier members. And so that was one of the questions that went out in the survey. And the board of directors voted against requiring vaccinations and negative COVID tests, but they did require masks. So again, that information went back to the convention committee who crafted the safety policy, which the board of directors then voted on. Was everyone 100% on happy and all voting in one way? No, there was some robust conversation. But in the end, the board voted that the vaccinations would not be required, negative tests would not be required, but masks would be required. So that's where we're at on that. But again, we respect, the decision of people to say, I might just not attend this year. But we also are monitoring that, again, almost on a daily basis. And if anything changes, the health policy is that we reserve the right to make changes as we see fit. Hope that answers your question, Steve.
Yeah, it pretty much does. It seems like it's a smart idea. And then I guess there's several other levels as to, whether they want you to show proof when you get on an airplane, on the other end. And I just don't know. It's just Florida has been kind of weird. Well, the state where I live is kind of weird, which is Texas. And it's definitely weird in Texas. But it's scary. It's scary stuff. So
Mate, totally understand. I work in the Nikra office, and my daughter Elizabeth works in the office. She's actually based in Texas. And this is probably the one year that we have just been so busy responding to emails, talking to members, talking to suppliers. So we totally get, people's points of view, people's, this is my opinion. And so we've really tried to put together a balanced health policy for the event, based on the fact that we're not going to please everyone on either side of should you be vaccinated, should you not, should you wear masks, should you not. So that's where we're at. I think we've got a comfortable middle ground, but we're going to monitor as we go. And to your point, one of our board members is in Canada. Currently, Canada is requiring a negative COVID test to come back into the country. Otherwise, he's got to quarantine for 2 weeks. So, we understand the different circumstances from where people are traveling from, and we've tried to put together a policy that, is attempting to be a cover-all in any case.
Okay, thank you.
Mate, thank you. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we sign off? Again, the process of reaching the office, we're more than happy to answer any questions that you have. But the website is updated almost daily. If there's any change to policies and so forth, if it's a dramatic change, then you'll get an email from the Nikra office. But at this stage, that's where we are at. Again, one of the reasons for putting this webinar on is to kind of let you all know where we were. But very, very excited about, again, the field, the registration process. We've had so many people that this is their first. I think 30%, close to 30% of all of our registrants, this will be their first Nikra convention. So I think there's going to be a lot of buzz. It's very exciting. So if there are any more questions, comments, concerns, go to the website, register there. Please contact the office if you have any other questions. We love talking to members, so don't feel as though you're taking up some time. We'd love to be able to communicate with you and just let you know what the status was and if we can help at all. So take care out there, enjoy the long weekend, and hopefully we'll see you all at the show. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.